1946. That was 74 years ago. Now, the reason I bring this up is because over here, I got my Netflix. Netflix is just giving me ads for different movies and things. They just keep changing along here. They just keep changing ads. And I just saw one, and it was Dolly Parton. And I looked at what they presented as being Dolly Parton. And I said, my God, Dolly Parton, well, she doesn't look 20. Let's go with 39. Dolly Parton, I saw a picture, she looked 39. Then I remembered Cher. And Cher's got the kind of the same as Dolly Parton. She's way older than me. Both these ladies are way older than me. And do you think on a good day that I could pass for 39? Well, Cher and Dolly Parton can and do. And I looked up, and 74. Both of those ladies are 74. And if you didn't know who they were from their celebrity status, and you saw these two 74-year-old ladies in your local bar, I'm going to bet you that there's going to be some man, let's go with 23, who would be hitting on these ladies who look like they're 39, because, that's what's called cougars, right? 39-year-old ladies who, kind of like young men, 23, and they're called cougars. But they're not 39, they're 74. So for today's episode of Project Orange, we really want to know, what are the secrets to make somebody 74 look 39? The number one answer that comes up is they're clones. Why? Because this is just the scuttlebutt that keeps coming around all over the back pages of the internet, that celebrities are being cloned, and the celebrity that you think that looks 39 is not the original. They're a clone. Were they cloned 39 years ago? I'm no expert in cloning, but I did watch that Keanu Reeves movie called Replicas about cloning and transferring your consciousness into robots and things. And this is science fiction, but you look at Dolly Parton, you look at Cher. And Cher, she first hit the stage in the 1960s when I don't think she was even 20 years old, when she was with Sonny and Cher. Her first husband, Sonny, performed with her. Sonny went on, well, they got divorced after they had their transsexual child, Chaz, or whatever, and then Sonny Bono became a congressman, and then I think it was in Aspen, he was skiing, and he skied into a tree, and that was the end of Sonny. Now, Sonny's been dead an awful long time, and we haven't seen a clone of Sonny. A really long time ago. In the meantime, his ex-wife, Cher, what other ways can someone who's 74 look 39? Well, facelifts, I suppose. And then they must have to get boob lifts and tummy tucks, and still, I don't know, seriously, if you were going to take my face and facelift it, I don't think you're going to make it look 39. You're going to look like one of those botched jobs. The botched job of facelift is you end up with, Glenn Campbell had this done, and your eyes are artificially wide open because they pulled all the skin so tight. So if you look at late pictures, before Glenn Campbell died, he had these eyes that were way stretched. So, why is it that Dolly and Cher, is it makeup? It boggles my mind. It literally boggles my mind. Most people that are 74 years of age have got white hair. And if it's not white, it's dyed. Once a month down to see your favorite tailor, to have your, not your tailor, your hairdresser, but, seriously, how do they look like this? And why don't the rest of us look like this? I mean, are these facelifts like $500,000 each? And it's only the ultra rich people that can afford to look like this at 74? In fact, Dolly Parton, that picture I just saw of her, she looks better than when she was in 9 to 5, the movie with Lily Tomlin in about, I don't know, the 1980s. She looks better now than she did in the 1980s. So what about this physical longevity? Is there really ways that you can imitate immortality? Well, in the back pages of the internet, they keep talking about these rejuvenation chambers. And no one's got technical details. They just say, it's only the elite that get these things. And then I told you earlier today the story about Corey Goode, the sidekick to David Wilcock of, I'm not sure if he was on Ancient Aliens or not. I think he might have been, but I never watched the show. But he was on a Cosmic Disclosure. And anyway, Corey Goode said that he was de-aged 20 years. I have a hard time looking at Corey Goode because he doesn't look like he's been de-aged. He looks like a natural 48, I would say Corey Goode looks like. And, so if he's been de-aged, then he was like 68. I'm drawing a blank as to any other way that those ladies can look this way, that way. Now, this is Project Orange, and Project Orange is all about Donald Trump. Because of his formerly dyed orange hair and his currently dyed orange skin, that we have no idea why he wants to look orange. Donald Trump is 72 years old, and he looks morbidly obese. I mean, if you look at him straight on, you don't see the fat, and they rarely let you see the side view. But if you saw the side view, you'd say, Jesus Christ, Donald, I'm surprised that Bill Clinton in the White House, he said, I eat a lot of McDonald's hamburgers, and he said that his weight got pretty big, but then he went jogging. But 2 days to get over COVID-19 at age 72. Donald Trump taking all this rejuvenation antibody stuff made by Eli Lilly. Do you think Donald Trump owns shares in Eli Lilly, like a lot of shares, so that he can pump Eli Lilly's products? He said in a video that was posted by Donald Trump Jr. just today that he was going to give away all this rejuvenation stuff that he was given to fight COVID-19. He was going to go and give it to everybody. Give it. It wasn't cost. It was going to be give it. Who pays, Donald? Anyways, I don't think Donald Trump had COVID-19. I think it was a bullshit story. They got together and they said, at the White House, everyone is going to get COVID-19 because I've got an election to win and I have to win this election. And the best way I can win the election is I'm going to pretend to get COVID-19 and I'm going to show people it's not even as bad as the common cold. And lo and behold, 2 days in Walter Reed and Donald Trump is back being Donald Trump. So I think they're faking it. because, somebody's 72 years old, according to everybody else, Anthony Fauci and the Italian hospitals, everything else. Anybody who's a senior citizen who gets COVID-19, they get intubated. And they're on death's doorway. And they're clogging up all the hospitals. But morbidly obese Donald Trump, 2 days, and he wasn't even coughing. I mean, this is a relative of the common cold. Shouldn't he have been coughing and hacking? So I think it was a fake thing. And I think the way they did it is they said quite a few people at the White House got contaminated with it. It was just like, okay, Donald and his closest advisors get COVID-19 first. Then they get treated. And then they're back on the job. And then all the B team get COVID-19 after. And in the end, it's gone through the whole White House. So, I mean, we've had it, so, So if this is what it's all about, a 72-year-old fat man can get over COVID-19 in 2 days, I'm thinking what I want to do is get everybody lined up to get coughed on by someone with COVID-19 to intentionally infect you so you can get COVID-19 and get over it in 2 days. This is what they did, in the 1912, let's say 1912, if you had a large family of 8 children and one child got the flu, then you put all the kids in the same room, in the same bed as the kid with the flu, so they all got it. Why? Well, because then they all got it. And then they were immune. And then you didn't have to worry about it. They did that thing. And, they knew that from way back in the days of smallpox. They knew that if someone got a relative of smallpox called cowpox, cowpox wasn't serious. Smallpox was a really serious thing. It could kill you. But cowpox was just a minor thing. But they were related. And so they found out that if someone had had cowpox, they couldn't get smallpox. Ergo, people went looking for cowpox to get infected on purpose so that they didn't succumb to smallpox. Anyways, that's all I'm saying. If this thing is a 2-day job, have them cough on everybody and let's get it over with. We'll get everybody infected, and then 2 days later, everybody will be back at work, and there will be no more quarantines, no more bullshit stories by all of these fucking major pharmaceutical companies. I got this vaccine on the way. All of this shit that keeps going on and on and on. We'll get back to normal, and we won't have to wear the goddamn masks. So, who's up for it? Who wants to get coughed on? Problem is, in my city, last week they said, for the first time in about a month, that one person, and they didn't say where they got it. Usually they do, but they've changed now. They said one person has got COVID-19 in my city. Now, I live in an isolated city. Very isolated. We live in the middle of nowhere in Canada, so and with all the false positives, maybe it was a false positive, I don't know. All I know is in my city no one has got COVID-19, so no one can cough on me to give it to me. That's Project Orange. I'm your reporter, Aloysius T. Cloxicle.